welcome to Understanding Adobe Photoshop. My name's Rich Harrington. Today we're going to tackle the concept of image resolution. Now this is a tricky concept when you first get started, and what you're essentially doing is telling Photoshop how many pixels fit into the printed inch on a page. Now if you think about this, the closer those pixels get packed together, the higher resolution the image, and usually the clearer it looks when printed. When you shoot with a digital camera, you often capture more pictures than you need, so sometimes you will discard those pixels to get the image to a target size. Other times you may need to actually enlarge or resize the picture, but blowing up a low-resolution photo doesn't often give very good results. Let's explore the concept. Here I've opened up a picture, and it's got lots of image resolution to work with. One way to check this is to hold down the Option or the Alt key, and you can click down here at the bottom and quickly get an idea of how many pixels you're working with. Currently, you see that this is set to a resolution of 72 pixels per inch, which is the most common resolution you'll encounter when working with digital images from a still camera. And if it were printed at that resolution, it would have a print size of 60 inches. Well, a resolution of only 72 dpi is really only acceptable for on-screen or web use. We will typically reassign that resolution for print resolution, which typically ranges from about 120, 150 used for newspaper, well up into 600 used for high-quality museum-grade printing. The most typical resolution you'll encounter for print is somewhere between 200 and 300 pixels per inch. To change this, we can go under Image Size, and the Image Size dialog box comes up. If you don't want to throw away pixels, I recommend unchecking Resample Image, and this allows you to assign a new size of 300. In doing so, you see that we have a 14 by 9-inch print, and that's just fine, unless you don't want a 14 by 9-inch print. At that case, you may then discard some of the pixel data to achieve your target size. So, for example, I can recheck Resample Image, and maybe I'm aiming for an output to fit on a 10-inch piece of paper. Well, notice I now have a 10 by 6. And when I resample, it's going to use the default method of bicubic, best for smooth gradients. I highly recommend, though, that you actually override this depending upon the task at hand. In this case, we are discarding information. We know that because when we look up top here under pixel dimensions, we see that it was 34.9 megabytes, and now it's 17.1. Well, by discarding that information, we're throwing away data. Therefore, I recommend you choose bicubic, best for reduction, and that will keep more details sharp as the image shrinks down. When satisfied, you click OK, and the pixel data is discarded and the new print size is achieved. When we choose File, Print, and the print dialog box comes up, notice I think that's fine here. I'm working with a 10-inch print. I'll assign that to be wide. It easily fits inside the page of 8.5 by 11. There's the image at 100%. Looks great. I could print it and fire it away off to my printing device. And that's just one example of changing the image resolution for a specific target size. In a later lesson, we'll explore cropping, which is another way to selectively discard image data and essentially change the composure of the shot after you've shot it with your digital camera. For Understanding Adobe Photoshop, my name's Rich Harrington.